Hello everyone, welcome you all in my new video. In this video, I am going to solve few MCQs which is very important for all examination related to earth sciences. So the first problem is, which amongst the following is the fastest moving plate? So option A is Nazca, option B is Eurasian, option C is African, option D is North American. So from the option, the relative speed of the plates for the Nazca is 7.9. For Eurasian, this will be 0.7 to 1.4 centimeter. For African, 2.15 to 2.5 centimeter per year, and North American plate 2.3 centimeter per year. So from the option, it is clear that option A, that is Nazca plate, will be the fastest. But in entire world, East Pacific rise is the fastest moving plate. Speed is more than 15 centimeter per year. So for this question, the answer will be Nazca plate. Next question is, if a primary wave is incident on the Gutenberg discontinuity at an angle of 30 degree. So Gutenberg discontinuity is at the depth of 2900 kilometer from the surface of the earth. So p wave velocity is incident at an angle of 30 degree to the normal, the angle at which it is refracted into the core is about. So from the Snell's law, as you know, sine I upon v1 is equals to sine r upon v2. So I is the angle of incidence and r is the refracted angle of refraction. So and v1 is the velocity in lower mantle, and v2 is the velocity in outer core. So the value of v2, that is in outer core, primary wave velocity is 8.1 kilometer per second, and v1, that is primary wave velocity at the bottom of mantle, is 13.6 kilometer, and angle of incident is 30 degree. These are the given parameters. So by putting the value, sine I, that is 30 degree, and v1 is 13.6 sine r, and v2 is 8.1. So after simplifying, we will get r sine r is equals to 0.297. So the value of r will be 17 degree. Next is, given the difference in the arrival time of S and P waves recorded at a station to be 10 second. So here given that the difference is 10 second, that is TS minus TP is 10 second, and VP is equals to 6.5 kilometer per second, and VS is 3.6 kilometer per second. So we have to find the value of epicentral distance. So as you know, TS is equals to, that is time taken by the primary wave velocity to travel from source to seismic station, is TP, that is equals to D. D is the epicentral distance divided by VP. Same for secondary wave, TS is equals to D over VS. So from this equation, difference will be TS minus TP, which is equals to D 1 over VS minus 1 over VP. Now by putting the value, that is TS minus TP is 10, VS is 6.5, sorry, VP is 6.5 and VS is 3.6. So VP is 6.5 and VS is 3.6. By putting all the values, we will get the value of D, which is 80.68 kilometer. So the option C, that is 80 kilometer, will be the correct answer. Next is, below the surface zone in the ocean, there is a marked decreases in the temperature and increase in the salinity with depth. The density of water below the surface zone. So the density of the water below the surface zone will be increases with depth. Next is, assuming a spherical homogeneous earth, the gravity at a depth d is equals to that at height when. So we have to find the relation between d and h. I already told in my earlier video that the value of gravity at depth d is given by equation number 1, that is gt is equals to g 1 minus d over r, and the value of gravity at height h given by equation number 2, that is gs is equals to g 1 minus 2h over r. So the video are there, you can watch and you will get equation 1 and equation 2. So by comparing equation 1 and equation 2, you will get d is equals to 2h, or you can say h is equals to d by 2. So the answer will be d by 2. That is option A will be the correct answer. Next is very important question, the combined elevation correction in gravity unit. So we have to find the value of combined elevation correction, and the unit will be in gravity units for a station at a height of 10 meter. So the value of h is 10 meter above the datum plane for a surface density of 2000 kilometer per meter cube, 2000 kilogram per meter cube. So given that h 10 meter and density in kilogram meter cube, so first I convert the value of density in gram per centimeter cube. So that will become 2 gram per centimeter cube, because as you know 1 kilogram will be 1000 gram and 1 meter cube will be 10 to the power 6 centimeter cube. So we will get the value of rho, which is 2 gram per centimeter cube, and the formula for combined elevation correction in the bracket, which is 0.3086 into h minus 0.0419 into rho into h, and the unit will be milligauss, where you will put the value of rho in gram per centimeter cube and the value of h in meter cube, then you will get the value in milligauss. So by putting the value of h, that is 10 meter, and the value of rho, which is 2 gram per centimeter cube, you will get 0.3086 into 10 minus 0.0419 into 2 into 10. After simplifying, you will get EC will be, that is combined elevation correction is 2.246 milligauss. And one more important result is 10 gravity unit is 1 milligauss. So 1 milligauss is equals to 10 gravity unit. So by putting here, you will get 2.246 into 10 gravity unit, that is 22.46 gravity unit. So our answer D, that is 22.4 gravity unit, will be the correct answer for combined elevation correction, where the height is 10 meter and the density is 2000 kilogram per meter cube. Next is the surface wave magnitude of the major earthquake which occurred on 26th July 2001 in the Gujarat is, so the answer will be 7.9. Next is the Gutenberg discontinuity occurs below the surface of the earth at a depth of, so as you know the Gutenberg discontinuity is occur at the depth of 2900 kilometer. So the answer will be C. Next is the depth of the center of a buried spherical mass given rise to gravity anomaly with a half width of 20 meter. So here half width, that is x half is 20 meter, and the formula for half width anomaly is given by z is equals to 1.305 into x half, where z is the depth of buried object. So by putting the value of x is equal, x half is 20, you will get the value of z, which is 26.10, 26.10. So our option B is 26 meter will be the correct answer. Next problem is the approximate distance to the planets from the sun follows the, so the option B, that is Boode's law, will be the correct. So if you like my video, please subscribe my channel and share it with your friend. Thank you so much.